Okay, hello, good afternoon. Today is actually day 2 of my channel, and I am gonna continue where I left off because I think that even more so than ever, it's extremely important that I continue because for me, I am still feeling very grateful and thankful to the Lord Almighty in the highest heaven because yesterday I could have quite easily been extremely injured or in a lot of pain. I don't know which one. However, it's a new day today, and I feel positive and happy because when I fell off that ladder yesterday, um, I didn't have extremely bad injuries because I could have ended up in hospital, or I could have been, or died. So for me, this morning is about positivity, and I realized that nobody has control over you. It doesn't matter how it might seem. It doesn't matter how many times somebody wants you to feel frightened. You have to understand that whatever is anybody, stalking you think they can do, they, as well as you, we are all vulnerable. We are not in control of ourselves. There's a higher power, and He who created all life forms is definitely in control. So it doesn't matter if somebody is stalking you. It doesn't matter if they try to play psychological games with you. Whatever like it seems like, you have to remember that there is someone in control and is an even higher power. Okay, so let's start this off because yesterday, if I can rehash what I said, I was saying vigilante, a person who is not a member of law enforcement but who pursues and punishes persons suspected of law breaking. Okay, we see we can only kind of assume that somebody who's stalking is in denial because they might think that instead of seeing themselves and know full well that they are stalking, they might think that they are vigilantes. This is the reason why I have repeated this again because it's pretty important for us to go over that again because the way that they might be seeing themselves is is completely different from what they actually are. Okay, so I was on this website yesterday, and let me go back. Are you at risk? And it asks several questions, and this is actionagainststalking.org, if I can quote the website. And yesterday I read out several questions, and when he asks a question, it says, are you at risk? If you think you have become a victim of stalking, we urge you to tell your family and friends and contact your local police. Read our What is Stalking page, then complete the VS-2009 risk identification checklist accessible from the link at the foot of this page, and take with you as much information as you can. If they fail to take you seriously, tell them about Claire, Tanya, and Anna. Are you fighting? Research demonstrates that the victim is frequently the best assessor of risk posed to them. Where's at L2000? Stalking often consists of behaviors that, when taken at face value, may appear to be quite ordinary. Example, walking past the victim's house, asking the victim to go out on dates with repetition. However, these behaviors can become menacing and the victim can feel unsafe and threatened. In all cases, even those where there are no direct threats has been made, or where the victim does not yet have a great deal of evidence, it is important that the extent of the victim's fear is recorded. Research indicates that victims are often reluctant to be labeled as stalking victims, despite being very frightened, feeling that no one will take their fears seriously. Sheridan et al. Okay, I mean, this is like the first question, right? Because it's important when I quoted that, for you to remember that this is what the stalker wants you to feel. They want you to feel frightened. They want you to feel like if you go to complain, you don't have any powers. You don't have anyone to believe you. You don't have anyone to back it. But this is wrong. We know that the laws on stalking needed to be looked into more. We also know that the laws on mental illness, mental health, and the laws and powers that police have been given, this can all create a situation where somebody can stalk you just to set you up to get you into the mental health system. Because as we see it, for example, in a high crime area where somebody's been a criminal, for example, know of all the little loopholes, they might start off, because it might just start off, slowly. You don't think, and you never think that you can become a victim of stalking, and that somebody would be so focused on you that they want you to feel frightened. So I think it's very important when I'm doing this blog, because I don't want to focus on the stalker, because when you focus on them and what they did to you or what they said or their behaviors, it gives them a boost and it gives them some kind of confidence. It means that you are entertaining their behavior. But if we look at what stalking is, and we start to look at the laws in the United Kingdom, and we look at how there isn't enough resources, and despite someone understands, because this website note down all the various things that normally happens, it doesn't flow from these organizations like this to the police, because the police they don't, and I don't think when you go into like an average police station, there is a dedicated unit that deals with stalking, and they tend to either mix it with, they would say, or neighborhood harassment. That's because people who are stalking criminals, people who are thieves, criminals, they know the system. They've been involved in these kind of activities for a long time. They have friends who've done these kind of activities for a long time. They know the loophole, and they also know what the systems are, and some certain laws, and so there's like a mishmash of everything. And these are, we're gonna go deep into it. I know that these are some of the reasons why you might find that you hadn't got that much help with these, because when we look at all the laws that they have, even harassment laws, stalking laws, we know that it does not go far enough. And we know that certain laws that are there, the perpetrators, if I can use that word, can use those to turn things around. So let's just slow it down. Let's just take it easy, because what we don't want to do is pay any limelight to any of the stalkers. And for me, what I've dedicated myself to is to go on a journey with anybody else that's going through this, to make sure that you feel like you're not alone. And one of the best things that you